News 46 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, there are heated discussions regarding water at the Board of County Commissioners.
The district attorney talks about the bad check program.
And a longtime employee is getting ready to say goodbye. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Eunette Gentry. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, February 21st, 2017. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.
2 people have been transported from a 2-car crash involving a rollover of a U-Haul truck on Charleston Park and Murphy late this afternoon. How the T-Pone type crash occurred is under investigation. We'll have more on tomorrow night's broadcast. There are 256 groundwater basins in Nevada. Pahrump is number 162. The state says 20% of the basins are extremely over-appropriated. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and Nye County is the driest county in the state, which has residents concerned about water issues. Most domestic well owners are allowed 2 acre-foot per year. An acre-foot is about 326,000 gallons, which is enough water to supply 8 people for a year. Today, water issues were a hot topic at the Board of County Commissioners meeting. State lawmakers are preparing to consider several bills addressing the water issues in our state. Jason King, who is the state engineer, has proposed 4 bills so far, including one for the use it or lose it doctrine. They now have one more item to decide on after the Board of County Commissioners voted 3-2 today to essentially get rid of the Nye County Water District.
Most of the public doesn't really seem to be aware of it. It just seems to be a core group. And they're in there now, and the core group wants to just get rid of it, which we would say would probably be a bad idea. They may need to make changes. The board may need to give them more direction. The board may need to get rid of the BOCC board, may need to get rid of the water board and become the district themselves. But giving back local control of our water to the state is probably not a good idea.
District. There's a lot to be done still. Maybe they need a little more direction. I don't know. But I think it's a vehicle that we need to use and continue to use to deal with water rights and water issues, including domestic wells, you name it. I think we still need the water board, and I hope you guys keep it. Thank you.
The board voted, we have a new member this year, John, and John voted with Butch and Donna to get rid of the Nye County Water District Governing Board.
What does that mean?
That means we've just taken one of the tools out of our toolbox to deal with our serious water issues that we have here, is what it means.
So are you guys going to take on being the water board or what?
Well, we cannot sit as a water district governing board. It would just be piled on top of everything else we do. I mean, they were there for a good reason, to get through issues that we directed them to, and we did that, and in the last 8 months they have been doing that. I thought it was just a shame that so many people showed up here. This morning when I was standing up front, I had 3 people come and ask me, is this where we're talking about wells? No, we weren't talking about wells, and the issue out there that's been gone over and over again that we, the county or the water district, wants to cap their wells, cut their water consumption, or meter their wells is false, and they know it. But there's a group that has that agenda, and apparently they won today.
My hope in the future is that we will create our own water district board through the county commission, because we're the ultimate people that should be doing this, because we're the elected officials. Right now we have a water board that is not doing their job, but they have ultimate control. And yes, they're doing a lot of things and getting away with a lot of things that are not to the benefit of the well owners or the citizens in general. And that's my take on it, but I have a lot of support and a lot of belief from other people that that's the same. So it's not all about me. I'm only doing what the people want, and this is what they brought forth.
District Attorney Angela Bello spoke to News 46 about the Bad Check program that assisted local businesses to retrieve funds from the bad check writers in order to repay money owed to the recipients of those checks.
For many years, I believe, this is long before my time, of course, but it was frozen because it was evidence in a case involving the former district attorney, Bob Beckett. So in 2015, when I came into office, it had been frozen all those years. So I asked the court to unfreeze it because the case with Mr. Beckett was gone, so that they could release the funds, and now they're just sitting there. So we're going to go to the court and say, here's this money. The records weren't all what they should have been. The county did keep a percentage of what they recovered in bad checks. How much of the percentage goes to the county, and if there's any unclaimed funds out there, there's no way looking back in these records at this point. So we're asking the court to just release the records that would go back into the general fund.
So are you thinking about having the bad check program come back, or was it a good idea?
You know, I don't know how well it worked. I think they did do some good, but at this point, we don't have the staff. It does take especially, one person dedicated to that and probably another administrative staff. And we simply don't have that kind of staff.
And it helped people with checks that were being written at facilities around town recoup the checks if they weren't good checks. A lot of people don't use checks as much anymore.
I don't. You pay online, right? You use my debit card. Yeah.
So maybe it's irrelevant now as far as that.
I think you still get some bad checks, but we can take those one at a time rather than having an entire fund. If someone has a bad check, they can go to the sheriff's office.
What are you guys going to be doing with the money?
That's not up to me. That'll be up to if the court gives us the money, I believe they will. I can't say for sure what they'll do, but it's a dormant account basically. It's been frozen for a long time. We're not going to be restarting the bad check program at this time, so I think it would just go to the county fund, general fund.
And the public is invited to an event at the Pahrump Senior Center that starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Welcome to Health and Safety Tips for Seniors. This week, joining me is Karen Taylor with August Services. Karen has taken on a new volunteer role that she's here to tell us about.
On February 22nd, Wednesday, at 9 a.m., the doors will open at the Pahrump Senior Center. Our vendors have covered the expense for seniors that day, and that includes lunch and salad. And they can come in 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be hosting a health fair. There will be various vendors there where the seniors can come to us. We have many events in town where we go out in the public and we expect a senior to come to us out in public. We're actually going to where they hang out now to make it easier for them to come and ask questions, get answers, what's the differences in various types of services that are available to them, and how do they stay healthy.
Karen, who are some of the participants?
We have various hospice agencies, Nathan Adelson Hospice, we have Infinity Hospice, Comfort Hospice, we have Home Health Care, Encompass. We'll be there to discuss Medicare. We have the Alzheimer's Association will be represented. We have Nevada Health Daycare Center is coming out from Las Vegas to share that Pahrumpians can go into Vegas for attention. We have one law firm coming out from Las Vegas. Michelson Law is coming. We have Nye County Coalitions. We'll have various representatives there. We have a member from the VFW coming to answer any questions. We have an ARMS representative to come and find out if there's any resources needed. A bank, a couple different health companies, and health insurance companies.
It sounds pretty comprehensive. Is there any charge?
No, this is a free day.
And after this break, this week's court report.